Hello everyone, Unhardy here. As of writing this, I'm unsure how much I uploaded here on my channel, but I apologize if it's not too often. This video is vastly different as I'm about to go into detail about stuff I've been learning as of June. About a month before June, I got into a fight with some former friends that ended up with us having a falling out. After that, I realized that my anger basically caused more trouble than I thought, so I decided to get therapy to get it under control. Little did I know I would uncover more about myself and my past than I thought. Here's what I learned since June of 2024. For as long as I've been alive, I've seen my fair share of good and bad family dynamics. Dysfunctional ones, outright perfect ones, in a sense, even the more odd families. For a while I thought that my family was perfect and nothing compared to the bad family dynamics I've seen. While our family still cares about one another, I won't shy away from the fact that it wasn't as perfect as I thought it was. It was through therapy that I started to see some cracks and saw my family in a different light. For a while I always trusted my mom and always was hard on my dad. Nowadays, I feel myself trusting my dad more than my mom. Despite trusting my dad more, I started to feel emotionally unsafe at home, which is odd since I know my mom is trying to work on being a better person herself. Overall, I learned that family dynamics aren't as black and white as I originally thought them to be. My beliefs in the past were fairly entitled, to say the least. I was left wondering why it was so hard for people to not to recognize good and bad when I thought it was obvious at times. I was very blunt and brutally honest at times, and I always believed that I don't know was never a valid answer. This caused me to retaliate in ways that made things hard for others, like how I'd recommend getting bad parents out of their lives ASAP, when that would be hard for them, or just me struggling to think of an answer because I was afraid of saying I don't know. I even blamed my constant outbursts on stupid or rebellious people, when in reality my anger was born from fear and anxiety. I learned the hard way that not everything is as simple as I thought it was. There was always something more to it, and for all the times I reacted the way I did, I deeply apologize for that. I've always hated being alone. Ironic since most of the time I am in real life. I use the internet a lot as a way to converse with others. I usually had a hard time actually making small talk, so I mostly just did Tupperbox RPs in Discord. If I was around a person a lot and talked to them the most, or did RPs with them the most, that's how I showed I care about that person and saw them as a friend. But that comes at a cost of me being too defensive or anxious at times. Usually when I mess up, I would go into a panic, feeling like it's the end of the world, leaving people wondering why I acted that way since most of the time it was a really minor thing. Relationships were always difficult things for me in life, as the way I behaved and my beliefs usually got in the way of understanding other people. But what I learned from over time is that I just need the right tools to help handle myself in social situations. And as of now, I am getting the right tools for that. I never knew this at first, but for the longest time, I always lived in fear of what others think of me. I usually went as far to offer odd things to people that I believe would make them feel better about me. I would try to show off what I write to others, but when they question it, I start to feel worried as I felt like I did something wrong. Even at times, my fear resulted in me becoming extremely angry and caused me to lash out at others. My anger and fear is what caused people to either be worried for me, scared of me, or even annoyed at me, annoyed at how I behave or perceive stuff. I also had a tendency to be very impatient with others and would always feel like I was the only competent person around, as I would regularly criticize people I deemed as unintelligent in my eyes. Imagine the wake-up call I got when I found out how rude I was to others because of it. I'm now learning to ease my fears more and be kinder to other people who I deemed as unintelligent. From all that I learned in the past few months, that my anger was not born from outside sources, but rather my own fears of not wanting to be a failure and disappoint others. Nowadays, I've been learning to be a bit more forgiving of myself and more easygoing on others. It's not exactly an easy change for me, but I am attempting it. I don't wish to repeat the same mistakes I did in the past. And if anyone who I hurt in the past is watching this, just know that I am incredibly sorry for the way I treated you all. You all were the greatest people I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I am happy to have had you guys in my life. I promise if we do meet again, I will try my best to be a better person and a better friend for you and for others. That is all I have to say for this video. Thank you for watching and listening what I had to say. I'm in Hardy Carts, signing out.